Hello, candle lovers. Thanks for tuning in to me today. My name is Greg, and this is all about candles. Happy Saturday, everyone. Every Saturday, I like to do a candle haul on my channel. I was in Bath & Body Works yesterday and picked up a ton of new fall candles. I got 15 candles. Also, yesterday, I posted a store walkthrough. Oh, I was in that store for like an hour and a half. I posted a very thorough store walkthrough yesterday. I think I got every single candle in that video. So if you haven't checked that video out yet, please do so. And today I'm going to share with you all of the candles that I picked up. Man, there was a lot of good looking new fall stuff. We had this collection here with Acorn Lane, which I'm not a super big fan of this packaging, but I thought they were nice enough. And then we had this collection here, which I thought was a little bit odd. There was like a Mountainside Mist and what is this? A Campfire Cocoa. But then they also put a dragon fruit iced tea and the backyard honeysuckle in this collection as well. I thought that was a little bit peculiar. Tons of new neutrals candles, and I think this one is my favorite, Moonlit Goddess, and also this sort of fall winter White Barn core line. I'm gonna go through all of these candles with you folks. We're gonna get really into it. Let's start off with Acorn Lane. I know that a lot of people were excited to see this candle come back. Like I said, the packaging on this collection isn't really my favorite. It looks a little bit cartoony, maybe a little AI generated, but I do like the fact that these are glass vessels and it has one of those weird sort of lids on it. I'm not a big fan of these lids, but I will take it over just a plain Bath & Body Works stamped lid, I guess. Acorn Lane hasn't come out for a really long time. I know a lot of people were looking forward to this one. The scent notes are autumn leaves, warm cinnamon, and crisp gala apples, and we have thin core wicks on this candle. It smells exactly like I remember it. I do think that Bath & Body Works fall candles get a little bit redundant. This smells pretty similar to quite a few other fall candles that Bath & Body Works puts out, but I like it. It is quite heavy on the cinnamon. I'm surprised that it's called Acorn Lane and it doesn't really have much of a like nuttiness to it. I've always thought that that's a little bit weird. It's very much kind of medium in range. It's nice. I think that it has a little bit more nuance to it than a lot of the candles in this genre that we get from BBW have. I like it. I was happy to see it back and I'll be excited to burn that one. I'm still pretty far away from wanting to burn fall candles, folks. I might pick 2 or 3 of these and burn them a little bit early so I can report back to you. But I love summer fragrances, and here in Calgary where I live, it stays hot usually until it's like September, end of September. So I often keep burning summer candles all the way into September. But you know, that's the way it is. Things are just getting earlier and earlier and earlier. In fact, if you go into Bath & Body Works right now, they have Christmas candles, they have Halloween happening very soon, they have spring there, they have summer there. Like, it's a real mismatch of everything in the store right now. Those Christmas candles are starting to look really out of place. Anyways, whatever, who cares? I also got pumpkin s'mores. I believe that this came out for the first time last year, and it was a really popular candle last year. A lot of people loved this one. I do believe that it was a repackage of something, but I'm drawing a blank as to what it was. We had thin core wicks and white wax on this candle, and the scent notes are roasted marshmallow, melted chocolate, and pumpkin graham cracker. The graham cracker is really prominent in this, which I like. What I like about this candle is that it's not super duper sweet. It's actually kind of like, it's very gourmandy, but it's kind of like mid-level to low in a fragrance register. A little bit chocolatey, a little bit sweet. I'd say the graham cracker is the most pronounced note in here. It's nice. I really like it. I like that it's like a pumpkin s'mores, like gourmandy situation, but it's not like incredibly like sticky and saccharine and sweet. Also picked up a Sunlit Trails. I'm really excited about this one, folks. I absolutely love the way that this Sunlit Trails candle smells. Boring lid on there. Also, thin core wicks and white wax. I am happy to see a lot of thin core wicks on these candles because lately I feel like I've been having the best performance from the candles that have the thin core wicks. The scent notes on Sunlit Trails are fir branches, bright citrus, and golden sun rays. And I am wondering if this is a repackage of Fall Forest. There was a Fall Forest candle that came out a couple of years ago and looked like this, and I was obsessed with that fragrance. And gosh, I love this one. It's very like fur forward, almost a little bit balsamy. There is a little touch of something bright, but it's not a super citrusy candle. Golden sun rays. Who knows what a golden sun ray smells like? This is a very like foresty and mossy candle. It smells like you are deep in a forest. Lots of pine needles and fir branches and all that good stuff. You guys know that my memory isn't all that great when it comes to Bath and Body Works. I can usually only like really specifically remember things going back like 2, 3, 4 years. I also picked up a pumpkin cinnamon bun. This is not usually the type of candle that's in my wheelhouse, but there's something about this one I love. I've been buying it forever. I love that like cream cheese frosting note in this candle. Ugh, I get one every year. And honestly, by the time I'm done burning a pumpkin cinnamon bun, I am usually kind of over it, but I do enjoy it once in a while. Oh man, it smells just like it always does. The scent notes are warm cinnamon roll, pumpkin spice, and vanilla frosting. And it's just, I actually don't get that much of like a starchy like bakery vibe in here. I feel like that cream cheese frosting note really just takes over this fragrance, and I'm okay with that. Oh, you know how when you're walking through the mall and you walk by one of those cinnamon bun shops? Oh God, I just love it. Every time I burn this candle, I want to go out and buy myself some cinnamon buns. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the labels on these, but I like the uses of color. I like the fact that they're glass vessels. I do think that the images on these ones look a little bit AI generated, but that's just the world we're living in these days. This collection I thought was kind of weird. It says the great outdoors are calling, and it's the camp series. I am not a big camper, you guys. This one is Mountainside Mist. Honestly, my idea of camping is like staying in a motel. That's about as camping as I go. I don't mind being out in nature for a hike or whatever, but I am not pitching a tent and sleeping in a sleeping bag. Now, I really like the lids on this collection. Really, really interesting lid. It almost sort of looks like a sandy marble or something. The lids on this collection were fantastic. I only got 2 from this collection because the other ones were iced dragon fruit tea and backyard honeysuckle, which I love iced dragon fruit tea, but I have a couple of those in my collection already. And I think that like spring and summer packaging is much more appropriate for that fragrance. Anyways, so Mountainside Mist. The scent notes are chilled open air, fresh musk, and juniper berries. Oh, I really, really, really like this one. This is coming across as a repackage to me as well, but I don't think I can tell you what it is. It smells very familiar. It's quite juniper forward. It smells nice and natural though. It does smell really like outdoorsy, like a crisp, bright fall day. I like the juniper note. There's sort of like a foresty note happening in here as well. I'm not I'm not sure if I'm really picking up on a fresh musk. I'm picking up more on like a woodsiness. Maybe like a cedar or something, actually. Maybe a little bit of bergamot too. There's something kind of a little bit like juicy and aquatic happening here. Yeah, I'd say that this is a fairly like juniper forward candle. Anyways, we also have thin core wicks and white wax on this one. I think this is one of the ones I'm most excited for. This one and the Sunlit Trails. Just really nice, fresh, outdoorsy fragrances, you know? All right. Now this one is Campfire Cocoa. And this is, once again, we're going camping here, but I think that this packaging is really lovely. I think this candle in particular is gonna look gorgeous when it's burning. Actually, I think both Mountainside Mist and Campfire S'mores killing it on the packaging. I'm not a huge fan of like the circular text label, but I think that the rest of these wraparounds look great. Like really good job. Really, really good job. I think this is a repackage of Hot Cocoa and Cream. Yeah, the scent notes are decadent milk chocolate, fresh steamed milk, and mini marshmallows. Yeah, I'm quite certain this is a repackage of Hot Cocoa and Cream. I do like a Hot Cocoa and Cream candle once in a while. It's so smooth. It's so smooth and creamy and chocolatey. Maybe they just wanted to sort of, get into the whole camping, outdoorsy campfire vibe. So it's Campfire Cocoa. We'll probably see it come out around Christmas time as well as Hot Cocoa and Cream. Pretty sure this is a repackage. If anyone disagrees with me, let me know in the comments below. That smells extremely like Hot Cocoa and Cream. This is my other new favorite here. I don't know if we've had this fragrance before. Moonlit Goddess. For some reason that rings a bell, but I didn't recognize this fragrance. I mean, we have Moonlit this and Moonlit Path, so maybe I'm getting a little confused. I think this is a brand new fragrance. Moonlit Goddess in the Neutrals line. Very similar to the packaging that we saw the Neutrals line in for spring and summer. I think the biggest difference is that these vertical lines are quite a bit bolder on this collection. Quite a bit bolder, and the text is a little bit darker as well. I love the Neutrals line candles, and the packaging is really my vibe too. I mean, I have to say maybe I'm a little bit boring, but I really do gravitate towards the candles that look like this or look like this, as opposed to the candles that are a little bit more cutesy. Anyways, Moonlit Goddess, this is really good. I almost bought 2 of them right off the bat, but I've been telling myself I'm trying not to buy 2 candles at a time anymore, especially if they're new. I'm really trying to hold myself back and burn a candle first to actually see how it performs before I go and I repurchase it. But I was tempted to get 2 of these right off the bat. I love the way this smells. We've got really short, thin core wicks on this one, which gives me some pause, but we shall see. The scent notes on Moonlit Goddess are French lavender, pear blossom, and golden vanilla. Man, I love this one, and it smells very familiar. I think this must be a repackage of something now on second thought. Man, it smells familiar. It almost smells like, I almost want to say Gingham Gorgeous, or it smells a lot like a body care that I've smelled in the store before, but not necessarily a candle. It reminds me a bit of Gingham Gorgeous, except there's not a berry note in here. Someone let me know in the comments below what this is a repackage of, because it smells so familiar, and it smells more like a spring fragrance to me than a fall fragrance, but I'll take it. It's really nice. I'd say that it's like a fruity lavender vibe. So like a fruity floral Bath and Body Works body care vibe, but there's something about it that I really like. There is kind of like a nice smooth creaminess in the base of this, the golden vanilla, I guess. Oh, this is so lovely. I really like this one. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused as to where this one came from or what it is, but I'm obsessed. I really, really like the way that this one smells. It smells strong too. Ooh, Moonlit Goddess. Yes, give me some of that. Okay, I also picked up a Leather and Brandy in the Neutrals line. We have seen this candle in the Neutrals line many, many, many times. We've got that cream colored White Barn lid on here. Thin core wicks. To be honest with you guys, this isn't one of my favorite sort of cologne fragrances from Bath and Body Works. I think it's a little bit simple, a little bit one-dimensional, but I do love a mandel. I call candles like this mandels. I love sort of more masculine fragrances. I think they make great candles for the bedroom. The scent notes on Leather and Brandy are warm leather, amber, woods, and aged brandy. It's quite a bit of wood and amber in this fragrance, and it is quite leathery as well. It's not as good as some of the other leather candles we've had from Bath and Body Works. Like I really liked Colin's Return from the Bridgerton collection and Eddie's Leather Jacket from Stranger Things collection. I really loved both of those candles. This isn't as leather forward, and it's definitely a little bit of a sharper fragrance. It's not bad though, and it smells slightly different to me than it did last time. It's not quite as sharp and highly pitched. It's still in like a medium to higher range fragrance wise, but I like the fact that it doesn't smell super boozy either. It's I get mostly leather and amber. The brandy, there's something a little bit sweet. I'm wondering if it's like a bit of a darker, like sweeter amber note. Yeah. I've been on the fence about this fragrance for a while, but I really do like having sort of more cologne-ish, more masculine fragrances, and we haven't been getting a lot of those from Bath and Body Works lately, so I wanted to pick one up, Leather and Brandy. You guys know I'm not super precious about the candles that I burn. They don't all have to be favorites all the time, you know? I go through a lot of candles. I like a lot of variety. I'll try anything once or twice. So yeah, picked up the Leather and Brandy, and I also got the Coffee and Whiskey. Ooh, I love this fragrance. Coffee and Whiskey has come out in like men's body care and cologne several times. I'm not sure that this is a fragrance that I would want to wear and smell like, but I think that it makes a great candle. Usually performs pretty well, has good strength and throw. The scent notes are bold Irish whiskey, splash of vanilla, and a hint of coffee. I feel like they tweak this fragrance just a little bit every single time they put it out. Every time they put it out, I think they tinker with it just a bit. I think that they've added more coffee to it than when it first came out. When it first came out, I felt like it was a very sort of boozy, like whiskey fragrance. And then it feels a little bit like little by little, they've added more coffee to it. We also have thin core wicks and white wax on this one. I really like this fragrance. There's also something I think a little bit nutty about it. Something a little bit, oh, it's nice. Oh, I really like this one. Oh, it makes me want a special coffee, you know, like an Irish coffee or a Monte Cristo or something like that. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. It smells a little bit different to me than usual. I've always said I think there's a fair amount of amber in this fragrance, although that's not listed there. I almost wonder if that sort of like sharp amber note is maybe what's giving off the whiskey impression, because yeah, there is a little bit of a coffee note in there, but I feel like this is a bit more of a conceptual candle. I don't think it literally smells necessarily like coffee and whiskey, but it definitely gives off that vibe. Yeah, ooh, and I feel like it's a little bit deeper and richer than this candle has been in the past. Yeah, coffee and whiskey. I am excited to start burning that one. Okay, moving on to the White Barn fall and winter line. I actually ended up picking up quite a few of these. Most of these are candles that I have tried before, and I get every year. I've got Autumn Woods here. I do think that they knocked it out of the park with these wraparounds. There's sort of like an iridescent, like a little bit of a glitteriness to these wraparounds. It doesn't really pick up that well on camera, but there is a really nice sort of almost sparkly sheen to it. And these are, they're actually colored glass. So that's good. That's good. I'm really happy not to see any, aside from the neutrals line, which they use that sort of matte ceramic material for the vessels on. I feel like candles that are in this type of material cause problems. So I'm always a bit happier to see when they use glass vessels. Anyways, Autumn Woods, the scent notes are dark walnut, English lavender, and white amber. And it's a really nice, like woodsy floral, a really nice, strong, smooth amber note in this one. It's woodsy, it's rich, it's just a little bit nutty and a little bit floral. Yeah, I really love this one. I actually think that I would burn this candle in the spring. Yeah, Autumn Woods. Smells so woodsy. Oh, oof, oof. Autumn Woods. Excited. Ooh, I'm so excited. Start burning some of these. Like I said, I'm probably going to hold off for a while. I still have a lot of summer candles to get through. But I do think that some of these fragrances are actually okay for like late summer as well. Marshmallow Fireside. I mean, I get a Marshmallow Fireside every single year. Really, really, really pretty wraparounds on these. Or sorry, they're not wraparounds. These are colored glass. And also all of these White Barn core candles, or not White Barn core, but the White Barn winter and fall line, they all have White Barn, sort of the new White Barn stamp on the lids. The same White Barn stamp that we have on the colored like White Barn core line. Do you know what I'm saying? Am I making any sense anymore? I feel like I'm just rambling. Anyways, Marshmallow Fireside, toasted marshmallow, smoldering woods, fire roasted vanilla, and crystallized amber. Oh, this one's so nice. Now, I feel like Marshmallow Fireside has been a really weak fragrance for the last couple of years. The last time we had a Marshmallow Fireside that I thought had really good strength and throw was like 3-4 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, they released a Marshmallow Fireside that got up to like a good 7.5 for strength and throw. And then for the last little while, it's been a very weak fragrance. But as soon as I smelled this one in store, and even smelling it now, it smells to me like it's a little bit stronger than it has been for the last little while. But that's just on cold, that can always be deceiving. But I am hopeful, and I hope every year that they're gonna increase the strength and throw on this one. It smells good. And we've got sort of like thick, short tree stubby wicks. And also there's a weird sort of pattern to the wax here. I am anticipating there might be some performance and burn issues for the first 1 or 2 burns of this candle. It looks like production was having a little bit of an issue this day, but all of the Marshmallow Firesides in my store looked like that. And a word of warning to everyone out there as well, if you're shopping candles, I want to let you know there's lots of crooked labels happening out there. Lots of really wonky looking crooked labels. I was pretty careful with what I selected, and so all these candles that I'm showing you were pretty much nice and centered because I was quite careful in picking out the candles that I wanted. But if you're shopping around in the store, keep an eye out for those crooked labels, because that's something something that really kind of irritates me when I bring them home, line them up in the candle closet, and all the labels are looking a little bit wonky. Keep your eye out for that. But yeah, I think Marshmallow Fireside smells excellent this year. All right, also picked up a Leaves. You guys all know Leaves. This is such a classic, going all the way back to like Harry Slatkin days. White Barn stamped lid on there with all my messy fingerprints. On this one, we've got tall, thick, ropey wicks, and also sort of a similar odd texture to the top of the wax on this candle. Not as bad as on the Marshmallow Fireside, but still a little bit peculiar. Anyways, oh yeah, Leaves. Oh, the scent notes on here are crisp red apple, golden nectar, and warm clove spice. I love the clove note in this candle. I even like the apple note in this candle. Oh, I love Leaves. I love Leaves. Usually by the end of like fall and winter, I do get kind of sick of seeing this candle everywhere and smelling it, because they also repackage it for Christmas as, I think they call it spiced apple toddy or something cider. But I burn one of these every year and I always really enjoy it. It usually performs pretty well, like a 6.5 or a 7 for strength and throw the last couple of years. It smells strong this year. I have to say, I'm happy with how strong a lot of these candles smell on cold. Yeah, I really am. Ooh, that Moonlit Goddess is a good one. Anyways, Leaves, folks. A tried and true. Also picked up a vanilla bean. I got the vanilla bean, guys. You guys know I love vanilla. I love a good vanilla candle. And I've actually always thought that the Bath & Body Works vanilla bean is a really, really lovely vanilla fragrance. And we also have thin core wicks and white wax on this one, which was encouraging to me. This isn't the strongest candle in the world when you're burning it, but it does quite well under a heat lamp or in a candle crock. So that is what I'm planning on doing with this one. I noticed they took vanilla bean out of the White Barn core line and replaced it with cinnamon spiced vanilla. So maybe that means that, you know, from now on we're going to be seeing vanilla bean pop up in the fall and winter and or the spring and summer White Barn collections. Oh man, that's a good one. Madagascar vanilla bean, homemade marshmallows, warm cinnamon nutmeg. I've never got really any cinnamon from this. This is just a really nice, like creamy, smooth Madagascar, like vanilla bean, not super gourmandy, more like a fresh actual like vanilla bean. And not overly sweet. It is a sweet vanilla fragrance, but it's not like super sugary or saccharine, you know? I've always really liked vanilla bean from Bath & Body Works. I know that makes me a basic B, but whatever. A basic B I am. Also, Sweater Weather, another one of the classics. Tried and true. Pick one up every year. I think the coloring on this jar is just beautiful. I actually think I might be stocking up quite a bit on this White Barn like fall and winter line this year. You always see these candles like at deep discounts at a certain point during like the wintertime SAS. I think I might be getting some backups because I think they nailed it with this packaging this year. Even the label and like the leaf doesn't annoy me the way sometimes it does on the White Barn candles. Anyway, Sweater Weather is fresh sage, juniper, berries, aromatic eucalyptus, and fresh woods. Oh, I love this one so much. The eucalyptus note in this is a little bit different than the eucalyptus we usually get. It's a really great sort of smooth, rounded eucalyptus note, and I think that the juniper gives it a little bit of an extra pop too. As well, there's like a little bit of a woodsiness, kind of like a brightness, also something a little bit herbaceous. Sweater Weather is a real favorite of mine. I usually burn 1 or 2 sweater weathers every year. I just love it. And it's usually a candle that performs really well also. Although these big, thick, ropey wicks are giving me a bit of a pause. But we just have white wax, so that's good. I have to say, all the new candle collections that I saw on the floor today and I bought, everything has white wax. And frankly, I'm okay with that because Bath & Body Works candles that have colored wax have not been performing very well for like several years now. And I noticed that like the deeper color, the darker color of wax that they use in their candles, the more likely it is that the candle's gonna dud out halfway, just itty bitty wicks and teeny tiny flames. So I'm perfectly fine with like colored glass vessels or wraparounds that just have plain white wax. I just think it better safe than sorry. Give me the plain white wax, right? Oh, I love sweater weather. Oh, I'm excited. Fall isn't my favorite fragrance season, but by the time it rolls around, I always am just hopping on board. And I think for me, fall is mostly about all of the fragrances that come back year after year that I know and I love, such as Frozen Lake. I love Frozen Lake. Oh, gosh, and I think that this is a beautiful, beautiful version of the candle as well. White barn stamped lid on there, and we've got thin core wicks and white wax. Really, really pretty sort of frosted vessel on this one. The scent notes on Frozen Lake are lavender leaves, cool eucalyptus, and juniper berries. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. And this has a much more sort of bright, straightforward, kind of mentholated eucalyptus note, more so than sweater weather does. Oh God, that's nice. There is something really outdoorsy about this. Just a little bit herbaceous, a little bit floral. I'd say that the juniper and the eucalyptus are like the most pronounced scent notes in here. Oh, I love Frozen Lake. Oh, that smells good, guys. Oof, I'm so excited. Frozen Lake, folks. Another classic. I probably burn Frozen Lake once or twice every winter as well. I did get a bounce back coupon. I've got quite a few of these bounce back coupons now. They're obviously promoting Halloween. It's time for Summerween. They're promoting Halloween with these bounce back coupons. It's valid from July 14th to August 24th. And these aren't individual coupon numbers. So for instance, if you're shopping online in Canada between July 14th and August 24th, you can use the code SUMMERWEEN to get your $10 off 40, or it will at least account for some free shipping. I will be going into the store on Monday to check out the whole Halloween situation. Man, I just feel like it's been summer, Christmas, fall, Halloween. Like, what month are we in, folks? Last time I checked, it was July. Yeah, so I'm excited to use that bounce back coupon. Pretty happy with that haul. Pretty happy with my day. Pretty happy with all the fall candles. They smell great. They look great. I think that's all I've got for you folks. Like I said, check out my store walkthrough that I posted yesterday if you haven't yet. Lots of stuff in there. Really took my time. Went through all of the candles that I didn't pick up today. So check that out if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for joining me. You can follow me on Instagram at allaboutcandles and email your burning questions to allaboutcandles@gmail.com. If you guys could hit me up with a like, a comment, subscription, share this video with someone that you think might appreciate it, that would really mean the world to me. And until next time, my dear gorgeous and beautiful candle loving friends, let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Thanks, you guys. Bye for now.